Here's a little of what you missed on the previous episode of Just Drawz.
So our next question is coming from Clyde. This is from Ask Men Over 30. To take advantage of the youth and vigor of your 30s, what peak experiences come to mind? So Clyde says, what peak experiences have actually been worth it for you? I'm in my mid-30s and recently hit a point of financial security. I've got my health, energy, and a lot of freedom. Now I want to take advantage of my 30s, but I'm realizing I don't just want to fall into the default path because it's expected.
I did. Oh, gosh, something I did in my piece that
Just went off a cliff.
Somewhat like that. Yeah, actually,
Okay.
skydiving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Or the club scene. I want real platonic friends, guys I can grab coffee with, talk shit, play games, go to events, or just vibe without it turning into a hookup or situationship. So where are y'all actually making solid gay or black gay friendships online?
What's good, fam? And welcome to Just Drawz. This is a show hosted by two black gay men who are smart, sometimes funny, and not afraid to say the quiet parts out loud.
We talk life, love, sex, culture, mental health, politics, pop culture,
and everything in between. So whether you're here to laugh, learn, heal, or just feel seen,
you're in the right place.
We now join the following program, already in progress.
Slightly off base.
Sure.
But in line with going to the pool question. What is it with, and it's only us,
Black people, black men wearing shirts in the pool and at the beach.
wearing shirts in the pool, but also for the men, you're comfortable going without a shirt, but you wear underwear under your swim trunks. Where did that come from?
The people who are old. When we were older, I can say that when we were older, before swim trunks came with the built-in underwear, you wore underwear with your swim trunks. And then later, I remember my first few pair of swim trunks when I was younger didn't have the underwear in them. And so I wore, my little briefs with my swim trunks. But then when the underwear came later, it was like, oh, okay, now wait a minute. Okay, now I've got on double underwear here. Like, what's going on here? This is uncomfortable, But yeah, that's what I would think it would be. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that as well. And now I can't even imagine doing that because I remember actually having swim trunks that had the liner in it and still had on underwear.
It said
when I
underwear,
was
yeah,
younger.
exactly.
But it never really made sense to me. But then, I was raised by my mom at that time.
Yeah.
So I didn't have anyone else to ask. I just thought that that's what you do now as an adult. When I see these pictures and videos of these dudes getting into the pool, grown ass dudes in boxer shorts, and I'm like, why? This isn't. It goes back to what I just said about the shirt. Like, this is not an effective way to swim or even enjoy the pool, because when you get out, that shit's going to be heavy and it's going to restrict your movement and all that. You would not want all of that on you if you were being chased by a shark in open water. Like, that's not effective at all.
That's right.
So I get people just don't know any better. That's one thing. I don't think it's really a shame thing, because I'm like, unless you just want to sag your pants all the time and you don't want your ass crack to be showing, that's the only other thing I can think of why people would do that in modern times. I mean, when I wear just a pair of trunks by themselves, yeah, there's probably going to be some crack and pubes showing just because, hey, they slip, they slide. I'm not wearing underwear underneath a pair of swim trunks. I'm just not going to do it. So everyone's got a butt. You're going to see a butt crack every now and then. It is what it is. If you can't handle that, then oh well.
Oh, I'm thinking about butt cracks now. Excuse me.
And I'm trying to imagine seeing if I've seen pictures of people in underwear and swim trunks. I can't say that I've seen that. And if I have, I don't pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Because most of the people I see now are in Speedos, and I'm just like, okay, why is everybody in a Speedo?
You're at the right beach.
Right.
Almost done.
All right. Let's move on to Jamar. He has a similar situation.
Jamar, you said?
Jamar.
Okay.
Also in AskBlackGayBros. I am a hairy black guy, and I feel like I'm the only one within a 100-mile radius of me. I have two brothers. One is not hairy at all. The other has body hair, but you would not consider him hairy. My dad would not be considered hairy. None of my black male friends would be considered hairy. Some have no visible hair on their chest, arms, or legs. I, on the other hand, let's just say I like my body hair, right, and have messed around with women and men who also like it, but I am pretty sure I'm still suffering from some PTSD. I know some men shave and trim, but I assume the majority of black men don't shave to the point where they appear hairless. I could be wrong. How often have you encountered a hairy black man? So as I mentioned earlier, I am what I would consider fuzzy. Some people could say that I'm hairy, but I'm fuzzy. I say fuzzy, but I guess you could say that I'm hairy. And my current partner is very hairy. I've seen plenty of hairy black men before. I don't know what this guy's, experiences with meeting other men or just seeing other guys in person, shirtless or naked or what have you, or what his hookup pattern has been. But I feel like most black men are not necessarily hairy, but we've also been the people that said taco meat. So taco meat got to come from somewhere, because I ain't never seen no taco meat. I ain't never seen no taco meat on the white folks. I'm just saying. Taco meat seems to be very black.
It is.
So that being said, I don't think it's super rare, but I mean, it depends on what you consider hairy. Like I said, I consider myself to be fuzzy, but some people probably look at me and they're like, oh, he's hairy. But my boyfriend is very hairy. So, it doesn't bother me. I don't care. Like, if you're going to be hairless, be hairless. You want to shave it, shave it. I've shaved. I've had experience with the nair before myself. I've been perfectly smooth everywhere. I've been super bushy everywhere, wherever I can grow it, except up here. I've been all the things. And it doesn't bother me either way. I do have a preference of being a little buzzed down in the nether regions.
In your danger zone.
In my danger happy area, whatever you want to call that. I like a little less hair during the summer months. I don't mind it being bushy during the winter time, but I'll also go completely bare. Just depends on how I feel, or if there's a mistake made in the shaving process.
Oh, love a bear.
But yeah, so I think it's not as rare as you think, but it may just be, the population and the type of guys that you're into. And a lot of guys do shave because, as Darius mentioned, when we have these Speedo wearing Instagram model guys, they're going to be shaved down because they want to show all of their muscularity. So you shave in order to make your muscles pop more. So that may be a reason why you don't see as many hairy guys as there actually are.
Hairy black men are rare. At least those that actually want to go year round, fully hairy. Thinking about the models and bodybuilders, they tend to be hairy, but as it gets closer to competition, they shave, and they shave on the regular. Like, I don't even think they allow hair to keep coming back that far before they shave it back down. I'd also say just it's a sign of the times, and maybe genetics, have a hand in black men not being as hairy. Growing up, I had to really come to terms with, okay, not only do I have taco meat, I got hair on my arms, hair on my legs, hair on my back, hair on my butt, hairy down there. And with the way that I'm living my life now,
like it's golden.
Like
it's golden. You said the way you're living your life. That's right.
Golden and hairy.
And hairy.
Yeah, because here's what happens. I find out with working out, it only makes the hair grow. And there are times where I'm like, down in my nether regions, it gets a little long, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go shave this stuff because it starts creating friction.
Mm-hmm.
But would I change it? No, not in the. I'm gonna be hairy until I have hair no more. Because when I look at my lower legs, where I used to have hair, I don't have hair now. I'm thinking, what the heck is this? no worries. Life goes on. I got hair in other places.
Yeah. And you could take some of that and maybe transfer it somewhere else. But no, I don't. So we represent all three spectrums here because I'm not hairy, like really at all. I have maybe a little bit of hair under my arms. I have just like a little bit of hair on my chest. I do have hair in my danger zone, but again, sometimes I shave that, down or trim it and whatever. But that's really the only place. I don't have hair on my legs like that. I have some of the softest and smoothest legs on a man that exist in this world. And so, yeah, and I really just don't have any, anywhere else. But I don't see a lot of hairy guys like that. Like, not black guys, but I'm not checking for that either. Like, I'm not paying attention to it if I see it. Like, for example, like John, yes, I can see that you have hair, whenever we're out somewhere, but like, that's not something that registers to me because I'm not hairy. And so I just don't think about, unless it's pronounced, like super pronounced. Like, I have met guys of like Arab descent and like Teen Wolf for real. It's just like, okay, like we could braid that and that's a lot, So when it's that extreme, then I go, okay, wow, that's hairy. But like, I guess I just don't pay attention to anybody else. Like, I don't pay attention to that. So I don't particularly see it. And if I did see it or if I was around it, it wouldn't make the hairs, on my body like stand up and go, okay, they're kind of hairy. Yeah. So like even Jeff is like, he's fuzzy. I was like, I don't know that I've even paid attention to that.
Yeah, I just don't feel like my hair. I have hair pretty much everywhere, but it's not a very dense, and it's not coarse. So it's just not the
got that good hair
type of. All hair is good hair.
Okay,
it's not that. Yeah, it's not very coarse hair, but I do have it pretty much everywhere. But it's pretty soft. So, I guess that's why I say I'm more fuzzy. But if my hair was coarse and had a lot more follicle density, then I would say that I was very hairy. But I feel like I'm just fuzzy.
Did good and bad hair play in anybody's head while he was talking about that?
No.
Okay. It did. I was refraining from breaking out into the song, but it did. It's still there, matter of fact.
We don't need
let's
Spike
move on.
Lee join us either.
I know. I didn't even go there at all. I was just like, okay.
Okay, moving on. So this next question is coming from Rob. It's from the Moral Dilemmas. Is it wrong to be watching porn when just starting a relationship? Rob says, I have just started a relationship with someone and I am unsure if it's quote unquote moral to be watching porn. We have been sexually active, so I've never seen a need for it up until now when we aren't together for extended periods of time. I want to ask them about it and go from there, but it seems like a weird question to ask, especially so shortly in. So far, I have decided not to, but now we won't see each other for a while, and I am thinking about watching again. I've watched porn in relationships in the past and have always made sure it would never interfere with my life or relationships and have dumped it if I spend loads of time with my partner. It would be useful to know anyone's advice on this. Thanks.
How would he know, or how would the partner know? Like, unless you go and tell them that, hey, you know what, while you were away, I was choking this chicken every day to this porn here. Like no one, I don't know that's some people do have a hang up about that. But I think if you're going to be away from your partner or some sort of long distance relationship thing, then I would want my partner to at least pleasure himself if I can't do it, because I'd much rather him pleasure himself than to go get pleasured by somebody else if we're going to be in that monogamous sort of situation. But I mean, I don't know that this person would know. I mean, and if you're that moral that you're like, oh my God, I'm going to hell because I'm doing this behind somebody's back and I got to tell them every single aspect about it. I mean, I don't think that that's a big deal. I think that person may even understand that. You can have a conversation about it, but I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay. John, you look like you're ready to say something.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep it brief.
Okay.
Watch it.
Okay.
Just watch it. There's no need to complicate matters even more than they could already be. Unless the person has a pure aversion to pornography and you watching it, just strike that off the list of things that could be an issue. Watch.
Right. Yeah, there's so many other things in a relationship that can come up that will be way more intense than, oh, I watched some porn while we weren't together. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say that I don't need porn in order to pleasure myself first. And that being said, I feel like it's my body, my choice with what I do. So you don't get to regulate what I do to my body. If I feel like I need to have pleasure and experience that and you're not around, I'm going to do it. And I would want you to do the same. I'm not the penis police. So do what you need to do.
The P squared.
For yourself. I'm also of the kind of mindset that, I'm not 100% in a monogamous relationship. So if my partner wants to experience someone, he has the ability to do that. And it's not going to affect me because we will talk about those things, or we do talk about those things. So it's no big deal. I think my only issue when it comes to this is, and this doesn't seem to be the situation for Rob, but when the porn ends up taking over and consuming your life and it becomes an addiction, which it can be for some people, then there's an issue there. And the other issue that I think as well, even though I said what I just said, I'm going to say this as well. You can develop death grip if you pleasure yourself too efficiently, where the other people that you may be sexual with will not be able to get you off. And you don't want that to be the situation, because then they're going to feel like, oh, I can't pleasure my man. I can't pleasure my partner, because now you put yourself in a position where you're the only person that can really get you off like that, because you know the spots, the angles, the rhythm, the pressure, the glide, all of that. So you have to kind of, rein it back a little bit to give the person a little bit of opportunity to get that pleasure. Now, if that's their thing and they're fine with that, cool, do what you do. But I do think that, your partner should be able to still be able to pleasure you that way, especially if that's something that they want to do. But yeah, I would definitely say that it's not a deal breaker for me, but I do know that a lot of people feel like porn and jacking off, even without porn, is cheating. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me.
Not at all.
But I feel like cheating is cheating. Jacking off by yourself is not. So where these people get this from, I feel is like they think it's one of those things where I feel like this should be wrong, so it must be wrong type of deals. But yeah, Rob, watch it. Do what you need to do. And if you want to talk to your partner about it to see how they feel, great. At least you'll know where they stand. Do I feel like it's something that should probably end a relationship over? Probably not. But that's only something that Rob can answer. And if their partner is uncomfortable with it, then, and if it's important for you to have that experience of jacking off or even watching porn, then, that's a different conversation. But do I think that it's morally wrong? No. If you feel like you want to talk to your partner about it, go ahead with that. If you feel like it's going to be something that's negative and that you'd be feeling guilty about, you should still probably have the conversation, because you don't want to hide it if you think that it's going to hurt them, because eventually what's going to happen is going to come out. You're going to get caught one day jacking off, thinking that you're in the house by yourself. and they're gonna walk in and be like, "Oh my God, Rob, what are you doing to yourself?" You don't want to end up in that situation. So go ahead
I would
and just
hope
have
that if they're fucking, I hope that he wouldn't come in and go, "What are you doing to yourself?" Because that would be
That's
nuts.
a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. If you don't know what somebody is doing to themselves.
I think one thing I don't think we've brought up is bringing the partner in on the masturbation. Like, I get it. You want to have
what was that, Jeff? Not what was that?
Just you can take that and extrapolate it to however you want that to mean.
No.
We
there
asking
was intent behind what you said.
I don't need any advice.
Okay.
See how he does. You see how he does.
Opens up that Pandora's box,
and then tries to close it real fast. Like, no, I didn't mean to do that. No, not that. No.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but okay. I do ask about this though. Wait a minute. What is this about a death grip? I ain't got to that point in my masturbatory journey.
I haven't either.
You've never had death grip before, so I mean, basically, it is what I described. It just means that you're so efficient with pleasuring yourself that nobody else can do it for you or get you there as quickly as you can. I've experienced death grip before, so that's how I know from experience that, I had to kind of like, oh, let me stop, because if I keep on doing this to myself, I'm not going to have the opportunity. I'm not giving my partner, rather, the opportunity to pleasure me. So yeah, it was just that I was one of those guys that I was like clockwork. Like, there was a certain time of day that I would always do it, and that was just part of my routine. But I'd gotten so good at it that when I was intimate with partners or just hookups, it would be like, I'm super long-winded. Sorry. It was just because I was just really good at hitting my angles and things, and just what it is. But if you look up death grip in Google, it'll come up.
Gotcha. Speaking of masturbation, so I'll put it out to y'all and I'll answer myself. Are you really just trying to rub one out, or do you sometimes just say, okay, let me edge and just see how long I can go for?
I don't do that. I don't have time to edge and play around with. I'm like, no. If I'm jacking, we're coming.
I have to say, I have to recommend you try it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I have tried to do it myself a couple of times. I don't have the self-control. I have had the experience of being edged before, and it's awesome. It's great. It's just something that I'd have to have someone else do. I don't have the self-control. But like I said, when I had my death grip, I was very efficient. So, like Darius said, like, I could, if I needed it to be 5 minutes, I could get it done in 5 minutes. If I needed it to be 15 minutes, I could get it in 15 minutes. I was just under that much control of what I was trying to experience. But I don't consider that to be edging. If I wanted it to go, 15 or 10 minutes, sometimes I just want to get my little, as soon as it comes, it comes. But yeah, so I've had the experience and I liked it, but it's something that I can't do myself. I have to outsource that.
Gotcha. Well, personally, it is about getting to the finish line, but there are those moments where,
and I'm a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I just want to say, let me just see how long I can go for. I remember one time I was edging, and all of a sudden I remember sometime later I woke up and was like, wait a minute, how I fall asleep doing this? Yeah, that's what happened to me.
No.
Yeah.
No. Nobody doing that nasty mess that long. No.
No. A little different over. It's a little different over here.
Okay.
That's gonna be for the long haul.
All right. So let's move on to Ken. We're back in Ask Black Gay Bros. Oh my God, y'all! What would you do if this happened to you? Ken says, imagine talking to this dude for a while on social media, and mind you, he's cute, got a big booty, cool as fuck and everything, and the vibe so chill and nice. Also, to turn things up some more, he's in your area. So when y'all finally proceed to link up after kissing and stuff, you lay down so he can sit on your face, right? As he proceeds to squat on your face, the smell makes you go, oh dear God. And it hits you like how Oprah hit that skinny bitch in The Color Purple. What would you do?
I don't like how he set this up. Like, I
Okay.
don't. I really don't like how he set this up. However, let's get to the crux of what's going on here. That has happened before. And I just okay, come back to me.
Oh God.
Just come back. Just come back to me.
I can, if John, I guess I'm composed enough to answer this right now if you need a moment to.
Run it. Yeah.
Okay.
I need a moment. I need a moment.
Okay. So I'm a type of person that smell and taste. If I gotta reference Kid Fury from The Read, smell and taste is a very big deal for me. So if that thing is in my face and it is not smelling the way that it needs to be smelling, I'm not going to be able to hold back. So what I'm going to have to do is tell him, you're going to have to get up off my face. Literally get out my face. I've been in a situation before, not this exact one, but there was this guy, he came over to my place to hook up. He did not have on deodorant, and I could only take so long of kissing that I was like, yeah, you gotta go. I was like, I just told him that I was feeling sick, and he had to leave. And I'm just not the type of person that can deal with bad smells. I'm not into man scent. And when I say that, like there's an acceptable range of musk, but there is not an acceptable range of must. Yes. So, and if we're getting to the point of the mustiness in the Niger booty buddy region, no.
Your danger zone.
Not. No, that is a condemned.
No, it's dangerous.
Zone.
It's dangerous.
That is
it's dangerous. Yeah.
Nuclear biohazard, red tape with the scorpion signs, all that. No, absolutely not. So, sir, you're gonna have to get up or I'm gonna get up and leave. We're not doing this. And I guess because this is a person that I don't know, because we finally hooked up for the first time, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I can't do this. And depending on how I'm feeling, I'm probably gonna feel a little disgusted enough about it and a little disrespected that I'm probably gonna tell you right then that your ass stank, literally, and I gotta go, or you gotta go. And that's just gonna be the grand opening and grand closing of that. Yeah, I can't do it.
I'll say this. One word to start this off: choices. If I find myself in this situation, I think I'll probably just say, you know what, it's a little rank down there. Here's a rag, here's some soap. Let's take care of this and let's get back to business. I think with a little bit of hygiene, a little bit of scrub-a-dub-dub down there, and we can do what we came to do.
That's very mature.
It is.
Growth. Okay, listen, if we done did all this just to get to this point, we ain't gonna let that stop us. That's far worse that could happen.
Yeah.
But you got to go clean that dick or clean that behind. So can't have it. It's hard.
Smell and taste.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, tell me you stink.
Darius.
I'm still on my 15. Go on to the next thing, Claudia.
So I will say this though. So having been on the receiving end of accidents, I am mature enough to say that, hey, if there is a Sherwin-Williams situation going on, I'm okay. Hey, let's stop. people's bodies have things that happen.
I mean,
And
that's what we're doing. Yeah.
as a
So mhm.
yeah, so we know where we're going, and things that can happen. So I'm not one of those people who's like, oh my God, I can't believe he Picasso'd me. But
Mhm.
you can or should be able to believe, because what are we doing? We're having male on
Mhm.
male sex.
Mhm.
So I'm mature enough in that moment where we can go to the bathroom and take care of things and handle things. I just feel that you should have properly prepared things before you put things on the plate.
Now, I have heard that, and I will agree, but I have heard also that people do properly prepare, and sometimes
Mhm.
that there's still some things. And I agree with you on that, where it's like, listen, if that happens, I get it. But in most instances, when that sort of stuff has happened to me, and it hasn't happened like a whole lot, but it has happened like numerous times. And the other person is usually more embarrassed than I am by it, because I'm like, listen, I understand what's happening, and it's fine, but they're more embarrassed behind it than I am. So they usually kind of take themselves out of the equation quickly at that point. But yeah, but I'm with you on that. Like, it's like, hey, I'm fine. Like, I'm not tripping about that. Like, we're good. But
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's move on
Yes.
to Mr. Melvin. Melvin is an Ask Gay Bros over 30. I think a lot of us or I think a lot of us are addicted to men, aren't addicted to men. I'm sorry. We're addicted to the moment someone shows interest. So Melvin says, that small window where you feel seen for a second, chosen, wanted. And you keep going back to apps, to situationships, to people who give you just enough, not because you actually like them, but because of that hit that someone picked me is the only thing that quiets the noise for a while. I started noticing I wasn't even attracted to half the guys I was chasing. I was attracted to the fact that they noticed me. That's it. That's what the whole thing was. And when it faded, because it always does, I just find the next one. At some point, I realized I wasn't looking for a person. I was looking for relief from how I felt about myself.
Hmm.
And that's a much harder thing to sit with than just, I have a bad taste in men. Anyone else been in this cycle?
That's a good revelation that he had. And I don't know that it's like that for me. I've dated people who absolutely fit that scenario. Like, they're more attracted to the thought of someone than
Mhm.
they are attracted to the actual person and what that actual person is doing or attempting to do or trying to do or moving toward doing. So I've definitely experienced that. And I've had to ask those questions, like, okay, look, are you attracted to the thought of me? Like, are you attracted to the fact that, hey, I have somebody that's interested, or I have somebody that I'm calling my partner, or that I have somebody who is doing all of these things just so I can tell everybody else that, but then I'm moving as if I'm still single, or I'm moving as if I'm not engaged in this sort of thing. So I think that, like I said, I think that's great that he has realized that. And I will say that there are a lot of black gay men. I can't say that for any other race, but I can say that there's a lot of black gay men who are really about the chase or being chased, and they're more about being treated like women or wanting to be treated like women. And that bothers me. It's just like, we're two men. Like, come on now. Like, you want to live this soft life, and you want to be taken care of, and you want to be, this. And it's like, okay. And that's why I feel like a lot of relationships don't work, or why people say that they can't find someone, because there's too many people who are out here wanting to be taken care of.
Okay.
I have to agree. I think in Melvin's case, it's the chase he loves. I also noticed that in his letter, Melvin really didn't do too much telling on himself, so Melvin probably are going to be the problem. Well, I take that back. Melvin did tell a lot. Melvin, you're the problem. Plain and simple. I mean, and I think about it, he told on himself. He says, listen, it's men he has no interest in.
He did
And
that up.
Depending on where you are, that could be considered alienation of affection.
Mm.
I don't know if it's a crime where he lives. I'm just putting that out there. So let that breathe.
Let that coochie breathe.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's what Melvin probably likes to do from time to time. But I don't know why some of us are so attuned to looking for this unicorn of a man.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like, a lot of us really do miss out on pretty decent men just due to whatever hang up we have saying they don't have this, they don't have that. I mean, there was a time where, since we're talking about soft life and comparing ourselves to women, our mamas, our mammies, great grandmammies, they were with Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie worked down at the factory. He was not here making six figures. He wasn't out of the country every 2 months. It wasn't these steak dinners where he picks up the whole bill. Shout out to our friend from the earlier letter.
Right.
I think we're so jaded in what we want out of someone or what we're looking for them to bring to the table because our table is empty. Take from that somewhat wise sage Tyler Perry, instead of trying to go sit at somebody else's table, build your own. I think we really need to kind of just say, instead of looking for a man to complete me, I need to complete myself. All the best to Mr. Melvin.
Okay.
Because he ain't getting it from me.
I mean, I totally get the desire to want to feel wanted and feel
that's Maslow's
attractive.
hierarchy of needs. Yep.
If you want to just chase that high of, oh, someone is interested in me, even if you are, because I think this is a lot of the reasons why some people end up cheating on other folks, because they're getting that, oh, someone's interested in me. And, I like the way this feels. I like the way that they're complimenting me, or they think that this thing that I may be a little self-conscious about is actually attractive to them. Or they see this thing in me that I didn't see in myself before. Oh, I'm getting all of these clicks and views and likes from this person. Yes, I love this. I see how that can be a thing for people. But at the same time, if you know that you are not interested in these folks, you're not attracted to them, you're just wasting their time. That's horrible. That's really shitty to do, because if these people are really into you, and you're not really interested in dating them, then you pretty much are a user at that point. I feel like you're wasting folks' time. Like you said, alienation of affection. And, you're chasing this high that you're never going to really fulfill, because as soon as the next person comes, you're going to get a whole new set of endorphins from that feeling from those people. And then the other people that were attracted to you yesterday, well, you can just chat all over them because now, or that person, because now you got this new, like on Toy Story, I don't want to play with you anymore, type of deal. And no one wants to feel like that either. And I don't think people deserve to be toyed around and played with just because you want to feel this high of being cute and attractive to someone else. Like, that's not it. I've not been in that cycle. I mean, I get it. I get understanding of how that feeling of desirability is, but yeah, that's not it. Like, you got to have a lot more control. You need to be sitting on someone's couch beyond the scope of the Just Drawz help desk at this point.
That's what we should call this, the help desk. That's dope.
I don't know if we can help everybody, but hey.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We are the experts. Let's go.
Okay. So we've got time for one more question. So let's see. We have either life being aside or best friend crosses the line.
I want to do the side question myself.
And I do not care.
Okay. All right. So this is coming from Jorge from AskGayBros over 30. Hey, brothers, I'm looking to see if any of you have had a similar experience. Over the last 5 years, I've been getting out of hookups and having anal in general. Usually when I meet up with a guy, it's getting oral, but that's rare nowadays. I don't live in an area where sex comes easy. Also, I deal with ED as well. See, Alice works great, by the way. I've been getting off with bros in Zoom beta rooms and bait world and really enjoy it. I'm very verbal, so these outlets are perfect for me, especially after a day in the office or on the weekend. I love to spend a couple of hours bonding with other men who are into the same thing, pumping, nipple play, cock rings. Now that it's been a few years of this and focusing on my career, I've considered that when the time comes for a relationship, I'd rather be a baiter focused than on anal sex. Any guys in a similar position?
No.
What?
No
That's a
is a
loaded
complete
question.
sentence.
Period.
What was that?
I ain't never took it that far.
What was that, John? You said you never take it that far?
I ain't never took it that far, but
Okay.
goddamn, hey, you got a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. I'm sure you can find it, but it's kind of looking for a needle in a haystack.
Mm-hmm.
I think really, if you find someone that shares at least similar interests, have the conversation, meet up, see if that attraction develops, and go from there.
I mean, I think it could happen if, like, let's say you find yourself super attractive to, another top. And you're like, you know what, you have everything that I am looking for in a partner, but neither one of us wants to actually like penetrate the other. Then maybe I think a situation like that could work. But again, that's a lot of conversation. That's a lot of negotiation, between you and that person. So I think that, yes, in a situation like that, that could happen. But I go back to my original response. No. Period.
Okay. So I feel like if you are meeting guys in these Zoom rooms and on the bait app or what have you, clearly you're in a situation where you're meeting people that you should be trying to actually look into the LTR with. But I think the issue is that he doesn't live in an area where sex comes easy anyway. So to me, that means like there's not a lot of gay men to begin with, let alone that are in this subgenre of gay men. So that right there is going to be a big barrier as far as him, meeting someone. And even if he does meet someone that is, strictly side bait only, who's to say that y'all are even compatible for a relationship? So while I've not been in a similar situation, I will say that for me personally, I wouldn't have an issue being 100% side and baiter all the time. That's not my issue. But I also feel like, that's a big step for people to ask to cross, because most men are going to want dick and ass in some kind of way. Like, there's only so much pumping, nipple play, cock rings, and all this stuff that he says he's into that people are going to want. They're going to want coitus, penetration, either receiving it or giving it or both. So probably his best bet is probably look into maybe, I would say, the kink world in his state. He may have to, look at something in the region to find a group of people in real life that are interested in those things, or he is going to have to do the thing that people hate to do, which is move. So if he's, don't know anything about Jorge and what his situation is as far as what keeps him in this area where he's not able to get sex easily. But if this is the type of relationship that you want and you want to be in a relationship, you're going to have to pack up your bags and move somewhere that's going to be a gay mecca that's going to allow for that, because you are not going to be able to find this in Bug Tussle, Mississippi, or Possum Neck, Alabama. It's just not there. And you have to be realistic in these things. Look for jobs in these areas. The Miamis, the Dallases, the DCs, the Atlantas, the LAs, the San Franciscos. You're going to have to look outside of wherever you are. That's mid-America, fly overstate. Get out of that, because that's the only way you're going to find this brand of gay man that's going to be compatible with that. Or you're going to have to, bend over, do the bending every now and then. It's just going that's
he
pretty
said
much
he
all
said
there
he
is.
didn't have a problem with doing that. He just enjoys doing this more, right?
Well, he's not really getting a lot out of it. So he's like he said, blah 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 blah. I've been less focused on anal sex, and he said it's
so he
been very
enjoys it.
rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes, and the only reason it's been rare is because he's in an area that is difficult for him to find it more. But if, like you said, if he moves and he finds something that where he can get it a lot more regularly, I think he might feel a little differently.
And, or not. Like either way, he's going to have to move in order to find out, am I going to be a side? Am I going to be a top? Am I going to be a verse? Am I going to be bottom? He's going to have to move to increase the population of available men in order to have a long-term relationship, if that's what he really wants at the end of the day. Otherwise, he's just going to make sure he got that internet bill paid so he can be on these Zoom calls.
He in his death grip era.
Yes, very much. Very much so.
Good Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm. No. or since it's Jorge, no.
That's racist.
It's a sign of the times. These are the times we all live in.
Oh well, Jorge, we wish the best
voted
for
for that
you.
man. We didn't.
I build boat.
Jorge,
I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about the people that did.
Talking about your cousins.
They probably did. Oh God.
All right.
Oh my God, I build boat. That's right.
See what that got them. All right, so that was our last question. So thanks for listening to us at this point. If you would like for us to help you with something, please feel free to connect with us online through our social media. Specifically, AskJustDrawz@gmail.com. Inbox is open. Please feel free to send an email to that, AskJustDrawz@gmail.com. You can give us comments there as well.
Yeah, come to the Just Drawz help desk. Come and let us help you out. We got you.
All right. So thanks for watching this episode. We hope you felt the love, laughed a little bit, and learned something new today.
Now, remember that the conversation does not stop here. We just said that. Reach out to us, talk to us, tell us about if you want to tell us about your danger zone, if you want to tell us about your hairy bodies, or if you just want to say no.
Until then, just be bold, just be beautiful, and most importantly, just be realistic.
And thank you, John, for being here with us and being realistic with us tonight. So we will catch y'all next time.
Peace.
Make sure you subscribe and share the show because the algorithm only listens when you all make noise.
Follow us on social media, tap in with the community, and keep the conversation going.
We look forward to seeing you and
hearing from you.
Peace.